right, guys, I decided to do a pros and con video. I did a live stream last night, but it's an hour long, and let's do it in a more consolidated form. Let's talk about the HF2 coil pros first. Best EMI mitigation I've ever seen. Runs great on a saltwater beach at 89 kilohertz. I talked to Sandy Toes, or Ask Sandy Toes Detecting on YouTube. He was running the coil out in the water. I asked him, did he try it out in the water at 89 kilohertz? And he said that he was able to run it in the other programs, not beach sensitive, but in one of the other ones in 89 kilohertz out in the water. So we need to nail that data down, and that could be another big pro if we're able to run such a high frequency out in the water, because that's never been done before. And if that happens, then that means that we'll be able to detect small gold out in the surf and scuba diving in saltwater that we've never been able to detect before underwater with a metal detector. So that's another big pro. But hunted the beach a couple days, zero EMI issues. Went to a relic site, pulled numerous non-ferrous targets out of a hammered relic site. Was very impressed with that. Went back to another relic site yesterday that has horrendous iron content. All these videos are up, and the one that I did yesterday, I'll show a clip of it in the live stream, but I will post a video of that actual hunt in the next few days. Horrendous iron, pulled some targets. That site also had horrendous EMI in one certain part of it where I could not use the Deus 2 black coils in multi-frequency. I was able to use the white coil with zero EMI issues. So it has great potential on the beach, great results. I put it against the Manicore. You guys can look at that video. And, you know, it's those aspects are some big pros. But it also has some cons, glaring cons that we need to talk about. And Relics and Rings is going to be putting a video up of the Deus 2. He's a gold nugget hunter out west, the western part of the United States. So in the next few days, you guys keep an eye out for his channel. That is something that is out of my wheelhouse. I don't have the type of dirt. I don't have the experience with gold nugget hunting. But he will be putting the HF2 versus the MindLab Manicore M8 coil up on gold nugget tests. So we'll see what those results are. But some of the cons, one glaring con that needs to be fixed, and I'm fixing to give Garrett, I gave Garrett a hard time for it, and I'm going to give XP the same treatment to be fair. It's IDing this coin the same as this coin. Well, will it focus? Well, focus, people. There it goes. It's IDing a mercury dime the same thing as it is a silver dollar. It's IDing a, well, focus. It won't focus. It doesn't want to focus. There, it focused. Whatever. $50 as a dime. Quarter, same as a dime. And it's IDing all of those coins at 99. Come on, people. I mean, what were we thinking with that one, you know? I don't know. I gave Garrett a hard time about it. XP deserves a hard time, too. That's ridiculous that all the coins... Look, the $400 triple score will ID those coins on different parameters. The MindLab Manicore with the M8 coil IDs those coins with different parameters. And the XP Deus 2 with the HF2 coil needs to ID those coins with different parameters. Or if they can't fix that, I know that they're working on it, but if they can't fix that, then what is that going to do for the HF2 and coin shooting? You know, you got to do, a lot of people do selective digging in these parks and stuff and chase silvers and quarters and, you know, all of that stuff, and they don't want to dig zincs because a zinc penny, I have dug those at 99 also. So that is a big knock. Let's get the coin VDI straightened out, guys. That's a big knock. Another thing is what Iffy showed in his soil. He had to change the ground stability to get the detector to go deeper in his soil. So at this point, we don't know. Carson Chris's detector is out for delivery today. and I put a message. He put that on my channel, and I put a message for his email because he has hotter dirt. And I want to see if he'll run some tests for us and see how this thing stacks up in hotter dirt. Because in Iffy's dirt, the tougher soil that he has than mine, I can't see it here in mild soil. So I just have some concerns with depth and hotter dirt. So we'll see how all of that pans out. I don't know how that's going to pan out yet, but we will see what goes with that. But the Coil VDI, a big knock, and that really, really needs to be fixed. And I was just thinking about that thing with his soil. Those are probably the two biggest cons, unless I'm forgetting something right now. Oh, it just being released in a beta version. That's a con to me too. I don't really care for that. I would have much preferred to have this been tested by us and then released in a firmed up firmware. You know, when a detector coil hits the market and it doesn't ID coins right. I think we experienced that with that blue detector that I got over there. They fixed it, but you know, that's basic 101 detector operation. And yes, that is a big knock. So pros and cons list, guys. The EMI, the beach handling capabilities, the iron handling capabilities are very good. Coin ID sucks. So we got to get that straightened out. The thing in the tougher soils, well, we'll see more data come in on that, and we'll know more about that in a few days as people get their coils. How will it do on relics and rings test? Well, I don't know. You guys are going to stay tuned. Well, I kind of do, but I'm not going to tell you because I'm not going to spoil this video. You're going to have to go watch it. So it should be up in a day or two. So relics and rings will have a gold nugget shootout, XP Deus 2 versus Minelab Manicore. Thanks for watching, and that's the list. And as the beta versions come, and if this stuff improves, we'll be back and we'll start changing the cons list and talk, you know what I mean? We'll show the improvements. Thanks for watching.